Yeah, so they're gonna ruffle some feathers right here. And but you know, hey, we don't get to choose the messenger. That don't negate from the message. Basically, man, like, I'll be 45 years old in a couple of months. And I've been dating and dealing with the opposite sex since before I was a teenager. All through my teenager years, 20s, 30s, 40s. I've had a lot of sample sizes. And what I have learned, some of y'all women, not all, but it's a lot of masculine women out here that are too independent. Like when I hear a chick say I'm an alpha female, what the fuck is that? What I hear is I'm a chick that don't listen to guidance and take direction well. The problem that I've had and that I've come across and that I'm seeing on an everyday basis is a lot of women don't understand what a man's job and role is. A man, we are here to provide and protect. Whether that's for our family, for our woman, that is what we are here to do. So when you come across a woman that fights against that provision and that protection, it's best to just walk away from her, no matter how much you like her. A man can't protect a woman that don't listen, don't take his advice. Something as simple as we can be in a restaurant and I see a man walk in with a mask and a gun out, and I say, hey baby, let's go. A woman that listens, she gonna get her ass up and go. But you got some women out here that gonna start arguing with you. Well, I got to go I'm trying to finish my drink. Now your ass finna get shot because I'm finna leave. I know that might be a stretch of an example, but that's just something quick that I thought of off the top of my head. So many women out here say they want a man to do this and they want a man to do that and help them out and take the lead. But once you show, now I'm not saying you should follow any man's lead, but once a man shows you and proves to you that he has the ability to lead, get the fuck out the way. Get out of the way. Because if a man cares about you, he's not going to watch you struggle. But more importantly, he's not going to want to listen to you talk about your struggle when he's offered help. I have left many women because of this. Once I show and prove, once I show you I have the ability to lead and you still pushing against the grain, I'm leaving. I'm not leading. Because what happens is, I'll give you an example. I was recently dating somebody. And I'm willing to help anybody that's helping themselves. I'm with this woman every day. Not every day physically, but I'm talking to her every day. I know what she was going through. I know that she had things that were challenging in her life. We all do. That's a part of being an adult. So me being a caring man, I'm thinking to myself, what can I do that will help alleviate some of the stress out of this woman's life? Even if it's something as simple as, hey baby, I noticed I see your oil change light is on. Let me go take your car for you and get the oil change. And her thing was, okay, well thank you, but let me send you the money. No, you ain't gotta send me no money. I wouldn't offer to do something and keep a tab, keep the receipts on what you owe me. That's not what a relationship is, because there might be some time when I need you to do something for me. It's give and take. And what started happening, she started selectively needing my help. And what I mean by that is, the things that I offered to help on, she didn't want the help there. but she would still turn around and ask me for other things, which made no sense. Whatever. But I've also realized that some women are, and it's not all women, this is people. This is a people thing. I just happen to deal with women, so this is my sample size. But some women would rather sit in the chaos, in the stress of a situation, than be relieved of the situation. Right? I don't know if the type of men they've dealt with in the past has done things for them and held it over their head. But if that's the case, that's some unhealed trauma that they need to deal with before they start to try to find themselves dating and in other situations with other men, because all men aren't like that. Once you hear a woman compare all men and say all men do that, or all men the same, or you just like all the other men, she damaged, bro. That's damaged goods. And it sucks because there's some really nice women out here, attractive, got things going for themselves, and you see the potential in them. But man, if I could give anybody some game, bro, you can't date potential. You can't date potential because potential might not ever materialize and grow into what it could be. That's the same. The NFL make first round, second round draft picks every year. And after a few years, if that person ain't producing, they get cut or they get traded. The owner's not going, well, he was a first round pick. He has the potential to be a star. If he's not rising to that level and becoming that star, he out of there. And that's how it's got to be in your life. A grown-ass man ain't about to sit around and let no woman take care of them. Not financially. You can take care of me peacefully. You can take care of my peace. You can take care of me sexually. But financially, a man got to do what he got to do. Period. No matter what that is. A man ain't got too much pride to where he'd rather be broke than to go flip some burgers or what he gotta do. Y'all know I do stand-up comedy. That's my main thing. That's what I do every day. That's how I pay the majority of my bills. But there be some times when them shows be slow, so I get out here, I do a little Uber. I do whatever I gotta do to make sure the bills is getting paid. To make sure the people that's in my life get to afford the luxuries of me being a man and providing. I'm trying to go out and work some nights. Well, I don't want you to go out and work. Let me just give you the money you was gonna make. No! Put that money towards something else. But to double back to the point that I was trying to make about sometimes people like to bask in their own misery. It's a fine line between venting and complaining. You can vent to me all day, but the moment you start complaining, I'm going to change the subject or I'm getting off the phone. I don't want to hear that shit. So I was recently talking to a young lady. We was in a relationship or whatever. And she was expressing to me that she didn't have any money or she was struggling and stressed out because she had to pay a certain bill. Now, mind you, a week before this, she had flown to her hometown and was having a problem getting back home. And I said, well, let me know if you need any help. She reached out, hey, I need some help. If you don't mind, can you do this? And I said, ain't no problem, I got you. So I went to give her my credit card information, but I say, hey, write it down. Because I don't want to send it virtually. I don't want to take a picture of it and send it nowhere. Because the last time I sent it to my daughter, somehow, somewhere, somebody got my card information and tried to make a purchase, which I blocked. But now they blocked my card, and it takes them another month or two to send me out another one. And I'm telling her this on FaceTime, and I'm seeing just some tension in her face while I'm explaining this to her. She hangs up the phone and says, never mind. She texted me, never mind. I take care of it. I'm like, okay, cool. And she goes, well, I don't like how you tried to compare me to this situation with your daughter. And what do you think I'm about to do with your card information? I'm like, you ain't heard nothing I said. Some people don't listen. They only listen to react to things. And she was triggered by whatever she was triggered by. But I'm like, baby girl, if I thought you was going to do something fraudulent to my card, why would I give you the card information? I was just trying to explain to you something that happened. So let me protect myself by just giving you the information. That started the argument. I'm like, how did I become a villain in this situation? But to bring this all home, she's complaining about not being able to pay a bill. And I said, well, do you still have that card information? She said, yeah. I said, well, just pay your bill with that card. I don't want to do that. That's not on you. But I was just about to help you buy some plane tickets to get home for you and your kid, which was way more than the bill that you complaining about. I said, you know what? Okay, cool. Couple days go by. She's still giving me this fuck you energy. She's still being short. Cool. I don't put no pressure on nobody. But the moment you start treating everybody else better than you treating the man you're supposed to be with, then I got to start. My bags was already packed, but I got to start really looking at moving a little quicker out of this situation. So I'm listening to her talk about things she got going on. I said, well, you know what, man? It seems to me like this woman could probably use a spa day and use a massage. So I go and I book her a massage and I say, hey, are you available this time? I got a surprise for you. Now, most of the time when you got a surprise for somebody, I'm not saying that grown-ass woman should be excited, jumping for joy, but I just didn't see any. It wasn't, no, really? Oh, I appreciate that. Well, I might not be able to go. So it was just, the communication was bad. So she ends up not being able to go, so I canceled it. Got to eat that charge. We have a conversation. I expressed to her the best I could that, you know, I just kind of felt like you was being ungrateful. Well, why you saying that? Because I wasn't excited. I'm not 10 years old. I'm like, nah, it's not that. It's just the energy. If somebody say, man, I got something for you, man, I'm going to be like, what is it? Or I appreciate you thinking about me. I ain't going to be like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? That was on Saturday. We didn't talk that Sunday. That Monday morning, she calls me, ready to argue about the fact that I felt some type of way about her not being excited about the surprise. And I'm like, I wasn't even talking about that. That's over with. Then she proceeds to tell me again about how stressed out she is about this goddamn bill that she had. The bill that I offered to pay. Well, I'm just stressed out and I got this bill and I was just like, bruh, what are we doing? I think you like misery. And that wasn't the last time that I spoke to her. But at that moment, I realized I'm not going to be able to do anything for this woman. I'm not going to be able to do anything for this woman. Because she wants to hold on to this independency just to be able to say I did it instead of getting the help. I've not once done anything for her or anybody that wasn't genuine. I got a daughter. That's the only person I'm obligated to do something for. Everybody else, if I'm doing it, that means I want to do it. I'm offering my help. I'm offering genuine. And at that moment, I was like, you know what? I gotta let y'all go, man. Because now I'm not only you're dealing with me and reacting to me based off of the stress that you got going in your life. When I offer you a solution, you don't even want to take the solution. You just want to stay in the misery. And that's just stressful. When a man shows you he got you, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Men don't like masculine women. Women that want to argue. Women that want to go against the grain. Just get out of the way. Hey, sometimes she got to be somebody else's problem.